Hi, I'm Edye Ellis. On this edition of Today at Home, veterinarian Dr. Craig Pryor shows you some natural remedies for your pets. I'll show you how to create an artistic sphere mobile, and Linda Lee from the Sewing Workshop shows you how to make quilted pillow shams. Hi, I'm Edye Ellis. Welcome to the show. More and more adults are turning to herbal remedies for a variety of ailments. And our first guest is going to show you how useful they can be for your pets. He's veterinarian Dr. Craig Pryor. And here he is. Welcome to the show. And
Thank you, Edye.
Who's your friend?
Q-Tip.
Oh, very, very cute.
Handsome little fella.
Oh, he is. And how old is Q-Tip?
Q-Tip's about 9 months of age.
Yeah. Is there, you know, a lot of us do use herbal remedies for a lot of things, colds, a lot of things.
Yes.
But are they safe to use for pets?
Yes, they are. They can be very, very appropriate. They can be very, very safe. But the big thing is, it's a balance you use. I mean, herbal remedies you consider as Eastern medicine. What we use when you go to the doctor is Western medicine. There is a balance and there is a good combination between the two. You've got to know how to use them in conjunction with each other. And when you use herbal remedies, to use the right amounts.
Okay.
And in the right proportions, otherwise you could be doing some detrimental things.
And is it a good idea just to check with your veterinarian before you even do that?
A lot of veterinarians now are dealing with herbal remedies.
Right.
It's another bullet in our arsenal. So yes, can just call your veterinarian and they'll tell you what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. Some things you can use when you're dealing with kitty cats. One of the big problems you deal with is hairballs.
What damage do they do? Why is that so dangerous?
I've surgically had to remove hairballs this big out of cats.
Is it because they lick themselves so much and they
do a lot of grooming, and they're ingesting that hair, and sometimes it won't pass through.
Right. Okay.
So you have to be able to get it out of the kitty's system. Right. Fiber is a great way of helping the cat out with its digestive system, and one of the best forms of fiber is psyllium. And what you want to use is a quarter of cup of psyllium to a 3/4 of a cup of water. You just pour it in, mix it up, and you let it gel. Now once it's congealed, this is what it looks like. And you just spoon some. It's pretty thick, so you can spoon some out onto the cat's food and let the cat eat. A lot of times it's very tasty. You can actually use it. It comes in a pill form now, which is actually quite palatable. So you can buy a bottle of this, and then you just feed it to your kitty cat.
So they like it. They're not likely to reject
no, they really do like it. A lot of other things people talk about is how do you bathe a cat, and a lot of cats don't like being bathed. Pretty easy to bathe the cat. It's just hard to get the hair off your tongue afterwards.
Well, exactly.
If you want to do that, then you get something like this, and this is actually a lemon oil. It's a dry shampoo. You just sprinkle it on, rub it into the coats, and then if need be, towel the excess
and
out.
This will help get any dust or dirt or
it helps get them clean again, which is great.
Very good.
We deal with a lot of behavioral disorders in animals, and lots of different types of behavioral disorders, and there are different treatments for it. Now, the treatment for behavioral disorders is not just a cure-all where you give it some medicine and you're over it. There are special medications which are prescribed by your veterinarian. I'm going to talk about some herbal remedies here, but don't discount the beauty of being able to do behavioral training. And the basis of any type of thing is you've got to do the training along with the medicines.
So it's a combination. Okay,
exactly.
Great. Okay.
You can use a combination of depending on what you're using.
Now, what kind of behavior are we going to correct?
Separation anxieties are a big problem. Destructiveness, chewing, things like that. A lot of them all come back to the separation anxiety. They're not spending enough time with the owners.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
So you use a different combination of various different things like hops. And these are things that you just sprinkle on their food.
Oh, just straight. You do it? Okay.
And we use them in different combinations, so we're not, and in different amounts, depending on what you're treating. Valerian is another one you use. You sprinkle on the food. Chamomile, or blue Bavarian.
And what are the properties in these that will help with this behavior disorder, such as separation anxiety?
There are different chemicals found within these plants.
And calming, or they have kind of a
Yes,
calming effect? Okay.
Just, and just decrease the anxiety level that the pet's dealing with.
And in terms of amount, how do you determine that? How do you determine how much to use?
Well, it all goes on different recipes, and that's where the veterinarian is the one to be able to tell you what amounts to use.
Yeah.
And the big thing is, if people are buying these things over the counter, make sure you're getting it from a reputable source, because you can buy chamomile on a bunch of different sources, but is the drug in this still in a usable form?
Okay. So you really do need to, maybe your health food store, or again, check with your vet, because your vet is going to give you...
A lot of the veterinarians buy theirs from reputable sources that they know is going to give you the right drug amount.
So it's a good idea to find that source and use it. Okay.
Yes. Now, we've got some other things now.
All right.
And we've got Bowser here.
Yes.
And a lot of things people deal with during the summer months are flea and pest problems, mosquitoes, ticks, things like this. Yeah. So you can get some pennyroyal. Now, this is not a cure-all.
But this is actually a mint, isn't it? This is a mint, and what does this do?
Well, it helps to repel insects. And what you're doing is you're dribbling it onto this little bandana.
Oh, great.
And then you just wrap it around the dog's
neck.
And
how long will that last, Craig?
Depends on the situation, but it's going to last you a few hours. If you're going to go for a walk in the woods, throw some of this on, take it off when you get back.
But you need to do it daily, and it's no harm from
Not
it
if you don't
at
use it in excess amounts.
All right.
And as long as the animal doesn't
Suppose you grow mint and you have mint leaves. Can you make kind of a tincture?
You can try doing that. Okay. Another thing that works well in certain situations is tea tree. And this is a tea tree powder that you just sprinkle on your pet.
And again, is this to retard the fleas and
to repel them?
To repel them. What about ticks? I mean, those can be really a big problem. What do you do? Do you need to just check your dog regularly?
On a daily basis. If you're in a tick area of the country, you should be checking your animal at least once a day.
And how do you just really rub your hands?
You're just rubbing your hands through it. Look around the ears, or one of the big areas. If you see a tick, you just pull it out, use some tweezers from the base, but around the ears, around the eyes, underneath the elbow areas, places where ticks are going to hide.
Right.
Now, if you do get a problem with some insects where you've got a bunch of flea bites that have led to hot spots on the coat.
And hot spots are what? Just
big open sore areas where the animals are licking and chewing on it because it's irritated.
Right.
They get themselves in the cycle. The more it itches, the more it's going to chew at it, the more it's going to make it itch.
So it's raw. It's like in bare places on the fur.
And your veterinarian can help treat the animal systemically with medications, but if you want to put something topical on it, you can mix up a tea, and what you're going to do is you get some rosemary, a tablespoon, some yarrow, tablespoonful, some clover, about a tablespoonful, some nettle, once again a tablespoonful, and calendula, a tablespoonful per cup of water. Now we're going to mix all this together. We're going to boil it, make a tea out of it, let it brew.
So you'd strain it, you'd strain the...
And then let it steep. And then strain it. Once it's cool, you've got this lovely, horrible smelling brew.
Actually, it doesn't smell too bad.
No, it's fairly strong. And then you just get on a rag, and then you can treat topically.
And then what does this do? I mean, is it actually healing, or is it just soothing?
It's soothing. It's helping to heal a little bit, and it's also helping to stop the animal to lick on it, because it's pretty
they don't
nasty.
like the so they don't like the taste of it. Okay, well that's good, because the more they lick, the worse it's going to get.
And then some other treatments for hot spots. You can use some oatmeal, mix it up. You can actually buy oatmeal shampoos now, which help as well. But the oatmeal, you can either just pick it up
and just put a little water in it, and then
apply it directly to the wound. Or like to the foot, you can actually soak the foot in it for them. It can get a little bit messy for some people, so some prefer to go with beeswax. And you just apply the beeswax
actually
will
help
protectant.
Again. Gotcha.
And help stop the animal from getting to it. Then you got the animals that injured their paws out running around the woods, things like that. And if you want to get a soak, Epsom salts, mix it in some water, mix it up really well.
We like to soak in Epsom salts. Why wouldn't the animals like to do it?
And then you stick their foot in it and soak.
And how long do you keep it in there?
About 10 to 15 minutes, if the animal will let you,
which
can be a problem.
Bowser's so good.
Then you've got the other problems, especially with Bowser gas, flatulence.
Well, I'll be moving to the next studio to do the rest of the show. Thank you.
Yes, and it can be a real problem with some animals. It can literally drive you from the room.
Yes, I know. So it's not true, is it?
People are all the time asking, what can we do about flatulence? Well, there are some things. Look at the diet. Sometimes it's the diet you're feeding which sets them off. But you can use something like some activated charcoal capsules that you can buy over the counter and give to the animal, which will help decrease flatulence. There is also another product called chlorine dioxide. It's a natural product that you apply to the food. And it actually works internally, decreases flatulence, fecal odors, great for cats that have strong urine. It gets rid of the urine odors of cats.
Great.
So if you hate cleaning that litter box because it stinks, it's the way to go.
Okay. Great information, but again, check with your veterinarian about herbal remedies and also conditioning. Thank you so much, Craig.
My pleasure.
And stay with us. We'll have more when we come back.